All right, so we're trying something new here. We're headed to a record store, which is going to be good. We'll have a whole separate video of going to the record store called High Fidelity. It's in Long Island, right?
Yes.
All right, but on the way, I thought, we get into some crazy conversations. We certainly do when we're at record stores, but also when you're driving to a record store.
I think the conversations are worse when we drive to a record store.
That's true.
Get heavily edited.
Oh, absolutely. They'll probably need to be bleeps and subtitles and other things.
I mean, subtitles.
We just got done, or paused in the middle of a whole conversation about Josh Homme, Queens of the Stone Age, Caius, and that would have been one that needed to be edited. I don't know if any of you guys out there are fans for Caius, but John Garcia, man, Brant Bjork, I love those guys, what they do. This guy's we got police up ahead now.
At least he wasn't after us.
Right, exactly. We're okay. Never know what's going to happen on the road.
I think Brant Bjork is the coolest. You need ladders to get up to his level of
ladders of
it's
coolness.
Insane. Yeah, you can't get that high. You need not even a step stool or a chair. You need a ladder.
Ladder. Never heard that. I like that.
Climb up to get to how cool Brant Bjork is.
Who else in rock or metal, just music in general, do you need a ladder for?
Nobody.
No.
No, nobody's that cool anymore.
No. Chris Cornell.
He's dead.
I know, but if he was around?
No.
No, not even? I know, a lot of people would say Tony Iommi, Jimmy Page, stuff like that, right?
These guys are great.
They're great musicians, but are they cool? Right? It's two separate things.
We lose our cool when we hit a certain age,
man. That's true. Look at Gene Simmons.
We're not cool anymore.
I just had a guy today complain who said, old guys don't say drop, because I have a video that is what just dropped. He says old guys say new releases.
I agree with him, but I don't, because drop is now part of the language.
That's been around for 10 or 15 years at least.
Never used it.
Oh, I've been
but you keep using it.
Right.
So you know what? Even if you use it just to piss that guy off.
I did. So I said, I'm going to say what I like to say, and he comes back and he's like, please don't.
Please don't watch.
Yeah. I'm like, it's funny that this guy actually cares what I'm saying. Like, that it bothers him. Right, but you're right. So I'm 47. I'm not cool anymore.
I don't want to be cool.
I don't need to be cool anymore.
Well, Brant Bjork, he's he's older than us, and he's freaking cool.
He is cool.
No matter what he does, you just hang out with him for 5 minutes. You're like, dude, this guy's just cool.
Yeah, that's true.
And I tell him that. And I'm like a stupid fanboy every time I say it, but I don't care because he's fucking cool.
Right? I don't know, of all the musicians that I listen to, if any of them that I would say are just outright cool guys. I mean, I love the musicality of these people. Like you were saying about Brant Bjork being a fanboy. I'm a fanboy of these guys. But for cool guys, I don't know.
I mean, cool, I guess cool comes in levels, like genres. There's levels of cool.
That's
like
true.
Fucking Cornell's cool. All these guys are cool. But there's a level of coolness. That guy you see walking down the beach, no shirt on, socks up to his knees, doesn't give a shit. And you look at him like, man, that guy's just cool.
I don't know if I saw a guy with socks up to the knees.
I had to use the socks up to the knees because normally you look and you say, man, what's up, dork?
Right. But if someone can pull it off.
You're like, that fucking guy is cool. So, Brant Bjork is one of those guys. He's just, hang out with him, talk to him for 5 minutes. Listen to Google an interview. He's just cool.
Yeah, for me,
Garcia is badass. When you see Garcia face to face,
oh, absolutely. Those guys are hardcore.
He's just badass. It's a whole different thing.
Right, you got cool and you got badass.
Yeah, like, don't fuck with John Garcia. It's pretty wild. But he's cool too. But he's not Brant Bjork cool.
Oh man, I don't know. We got to bring this around to other bands so that there is a comparison level. Like,
Eddie Vedder used to be cool. Then he started wearing matching hats with whoever else in the band wears that hat. What happened?
Yeah.
I had to say it. I wasn't going to say it, but I had to say it. Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
Google the new Pearl Jam promo shots.
Oh, no, and he's got this hat on?
They both have, I think it's him and Jeff, and like Eddie's is more of a flat top and Jeff's is a rounded top, and now that's their thing. They look like, They look like farmers from the 1700s.
It's like when Billy Gibbons started wearing his, I don't know, sock hat that had little green things hanging on it. It was like his weed hat or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, whatever makes these guys comfortable, I get it, because there's a point when you hit in rock and roll life,
yeah,
where no matter what, as a man, your hairline starts receding, and it's hard to cope with. It's hard to look at.
Yeah.
So you wear a hat, and it covers it up, so you don't have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are things that affect us as humans.
That's true. It's true, man. I mean, I haven't had hair up here in a long time, and I've had to just live with it.
Maybe Eddie's trying to find his cool factor. That's what we do.
Well, you could be like Bret Michaels and wear a wig and a bandana that hides it. And to me, that is the ultimate uncool. Just own it. If you're bald, if you've got receding hairline, if you're, I don't know, whatever it is, just own it. Don't try to cover it up and fake it.
I agree.
It's sort of like finding out recently that Joe Lynn Turner has been wearing a wig for the last, 30 years or whatever it is.
I'll never admit to that.
Yeah, right. Your hair is, you're a hair farmer. You can donate some of the hair.
No, I'll never admit to Joe Lynn Turner wearing a wig. But yeah, it's a wig.
Right.
Google
GPS
Map, whatever it is a piece of shit lately.
It's not telling us the right way.
The right-ish way.
The right-ish, yeah.
We're in the right direction.
That's all that matters. Hey, as long as we end up at a record store.
Let's go Sound Exchange.
Yeah, hey, Sound Exchange, right? I'd be happy there. But today is not a day for work. Today is a day for enjoying music. You looking for anything?
No.
Just gonna see what sparks your...
See what Mark has?
Yep.
Yes.
And this place is supposed to have a lot of CDs.
Definitely. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah. That's why I'm excited about it. I mean, you mentioned this place having a ton of CDs in it. I'm assuming it's got plenty of vinyl, so that you're interested.
It's got plenty of everything.
Follow up from our last video where everyone was going nuts because of the use of the word vinyls, plural, and the word vinyl itself, because that's the material it's made of.
It's not called a vinyl store, it's called a record store.
True. Although, your own friend, your own buddy, has vinyl addiction.
Because he's you're right.
And what was the other place that you guys like to close down?
A dozen of the other.
Called Vinyl what?
Vintage Vinyl.
Vintage Vinyl. So
yeah, that just shoots me right in the ass.
I grew up going to a place called the Vinyl Museum.
I mean, whatever you want to call it, but
what does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Just don't add an S to the end.
Just don't add an S to vinyls.
I don't know.
I like to talk about
each his own. It's like the same thing you said. The guy that bothered you,
right?
Was bothered by you saying drop. I'm bothered by calling it a vinyl store. I'm going to buy vinyl. I'm going to buy records.
Right. But vinyl is another term.
That's because
I'm
an older asshole like that guy that fucks with you for using the word drop. And
right.
You know what? Accept it. I'm an older asshole at times.
That's right. We both.
Yeah, man.
We both.
I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings or bother anybody.
Right.
But fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Own it.
Own it. That's right. That's why in the last video I said I'm the nicest asshole you'll ever meet. Because, man, everyone's got that breaking point or the things that push their buttons that's gonna, catch them off guard, to where they're gonna lose their nerve over it. And what are you gonna do? We're all human. We certainly see that with all the musicians and social media and Twitter who can't keep their mouth closed. And
Eddie Vedder's hat.
Eddie Vedder's hat, right? I want to start seeing
back to the baseball caps.
Eddie Vedder's hat start trending on X. I don't want to call it X anymore. That bothers me. I want to call it Twitter.
X?
It's Twitter.
Oh, that's
But they changed his name to X. And I'm like, I don't want to call it that.
Care.
It's Twitter. It'll always be Twitter. It's like the artist formerly known as Twitter.
I've only ever accidentally been on Twitter when you click a link and it brings you to Twitter.
Yeah.
And I leave immediately.
Oh, man, you should start promoting Sound Exchange.
Not happening.
How many of you guys want Anthony to create a YouTube channel? Anthony's like, nope, you got enough work. We talked about this, though.
I bought the tripod. I was going to do it, but then I just feel like an asshole.
Yeah, when you start talking.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there, not assholes. There's a lot of people that do it. So what do you need me for?
Because you're the owner of Sound Exchange and you're a cool guy, and people want you to run for president. And
I'll run for president.
You need a platform.
I'll run for president easy, no problem.
But somebody else has to manage it. right? You need a campaign manager. So you need a YouTube manager. I'm sure there's plenty of guys that would come in from Sonic Shades who would do it. But lucky for me, you don't want to do it. So Anthony appears on my channel, and we get to go to record stores and film videos like this and just shoot the shit and have a good time. And I love that.
I would have the most broke down videos. It's almost why I want to do it.
Right?
Because I'm not editing them.
Right.
I'm not, it's going to be one shot.
Mm-hmm.
If it's 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes. If
Right.
it's 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes.
Yes.
If it's an hour and there's dead air,
Right.
oh, whoops.
Whoops. So in one of my videos, I started filming what's on my CD wall, where I literally pull out every single CD and I show it and I talk about it. And I do a row at a time. And on the very first one,
I love it.
Yeah. And on the very first one, I forgot the camera was still running when I ended it, and I started putting all the CDs back. And then when I got done with it, I looked over and I was like, oh, the camera's still running. And I turned it off. When I was editing it together, it looked so cool. There was like just a zen-like moment of watching myself put back the CD, so I left it in. And I posted it, and almost everyone who commented on it loved it. Few people, like, why did you leave that in?
Happy accidents.
Yeah, it was a happy accident. So now I have filmed 4 total, and I leave that part at the end where I put them back.
It's like the musical mistake.
Yeah. And
You hear it, everybody else, or you don't hear it.
Right.
Or whichever it is. You hear
the
it or you
mistake,
don't, but the artist,
everyone else loves
yeah,
it.
the artist says, hey man, it was a happy accident, or
Right.
a pre-chorus that they happen to stumble upon, or a bridge
Right.
that wasn't supposed to be there. This song
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to go on the record,
Mhm.
but it did.
But it did. Yeah.
It came about last minute. Look at Dancing in the Dark, right?
That wasn't supposed to be on the album?
It wasn't even written.
Oh.
They gave Bruce back the tape and said, I don't hear a single. Bruce was pissed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, they said they don't hear a single.
Yeah, I don't even
Okay.
think it was the label. I think it was his, John, Landau, his manager.
I don't hear a
Good
single.
friend of his, and he wasn't
Okay.
being a dick.
Yeah,
He was just
you're
saying,
saying-
hey man, maybe there's something else in there.
Even-
And dude, if he didn't do that, we would have never had Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah, and Dancing in the Dark's an awesome song, but I can't believe that the line would be said, I don't hear a single when you have Born in the USA. To me, that sounds like a song that was written to be a single,
It wasn't.
and it wasn't.
Nope.
Yeah.
Glory Days, same thing.
Yeah,
Wasn't.
see, Glory Days, I would say that, oh, he's trying to write a hit after Nebraska, after whatever. He wanted to be,
Just writing songs. I
Yeah.
guess we're going up.
okay, let's go up. Yeah, there's a number of things like that. Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me, was one of the last songs they wrote for the album, or the last song they wrote. They thought they were done with the album, and then they said, hey, I got this riff, and it was like, oh, we got to work on it, and that turns out to be the big song that breaks the album.
Wild.
Yeah. And on their most recent album they did, Kick, was the same way. They completed the album, they were done, and then Phil Collins comes
Def
back
Leppard
and
still
says,
making albums?
yeah. I thought you were a fan of Def Leppard. You're not?
I am. It's like a Bon Jovi thing.
Yeah, I know.
If you asked me to sing along to Def Leppard songs, I couldn't. I don't
Okay.
know the words.
But you
And
still,
I don't care enough.
Right.
And that sucks because they're a great band, but I don't know,
It's
they
okay.
just don't grab me the way that they grab a lot
Right.
of people.
Yeah.
The hits are the hits, they're bona fide hits. There's gems on those albums that aren't hits that are
Yeah.
magnificent.
I think if you had come up
A couple years earlier,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I mean. I think it's, I know you were into music very early on, but I think if you were a bit older in 87 when Hysteria broke around
It
88.
might have been a whole different story.
Right, because I have to say that's what rooted me in. And the 1992 album, Adrenalize, while I love it, is nowhere near or on par. And everything they've done after that, same thing. Lower level. I still like it, but it doesn't live to that. And I think if I hadn't been around during the Hysteria era, I would not be the big Def Leppard fan I am today.
It's like there were guys that were meant, so songwriting, right? Def Leppard to me is a band that writes, I wanna rock, shit like that. That's
Right.
not their song, but
Yeah, I was
they
gonna
write
say
songs about rocking and rolling, and it fucking bothers
Yeah.
the shit out of me. It fucking
Love,
irks me.
Sex,
I hate
rock
it.
and roll.
I want love.
That's glam
I-
metal. That's
I
why I
don't-
categorize them as glam metal.
I
Yeah.
don't want to hear. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's corny, and I don't care because it's just the way that I feel.
Right. I get
It just
that.
So when I get to a record and I listen and there's, great song, talk about rocking. I'm like, fucking stupid. Oh,
Right,
fucking,
songs
it's corny. Like I
called
just said, I'm corny.
rock-
I'm turning this
right.
shit off. Rock till you drop.
Rock,
Right?
yeah, and then you have Rocket.
Is that a metaphor?
It is. It's both. It's both rocket going up, but it's also rocket like rock a song. You know,
those guys
glam rock.
get on stage and go, "Who wants to rock and roll?"
Right.
Fucking kills me, man. Oh God, breaks me in fucking pieces.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, and I don't ask why because I don't care enough to know why. That's just me. But for you guys that love it, man, fucking love it. Eat it up. Take it, because that's your shit. I'm not trying to take that away from you.
Yeah,
it's just that's why I think that's the reason why I never gave Def Leppard a fairer or longer shake.
Right.
It's like, okay, nope.
And for me, it's the opposite. Where when bands aren't doing that, when it's let's have an introspective thing, let's talk about politics, let's talk about the war that's going on or the bad shit over here. I'm like, man, I'm listening to music for escape. I'm not listening to music for
I agree with
sort
that
of stuff.
I don't want the rest of that shit that you just said either. I mean, things bleed in, but
Right.
I don't know. I'm watching you on stage. I'm watching you rock it. I don't want to sing a song
about
you rocking it while I'm rocking it to you rocking it.
That's my biggest pet peeve, and they've got a song like that, stage fright. I don't want to hear a song that is about you on stage, especially when I go to concert and I'm watching you on stage. And if that's the case, don't open your show with the song that's about starting the show.
Def Leppard does that?
Yeah, Def Leppard does that.
It's an instant turn off.
Cheap Trick has a song that does that. I forget which one it is. You know, they open their show with a
Cheap
particular
Trick never turned me on either.
No? Man, I was deep into Cheap Trick last night. Just pulling out all their albums, like I was with Satriani. I don't know what happened.
You pulled out on Cheap Trick? That's how deep you were?
I was deep into them.
I went
then
deep
I
on
pulled
Cheap
out.
Trick and pulled out. All of it.
That's right, because that's the kind of conversations we have on the way to the record store. Oh, you gotta love it. All right, well, there's gonna be much more of this, and we're looking forward to going to the record store. Like I said, guys, there will be a separate video. Let's go to the record store video for High Fidelity when we get there. Maybe some of this will be edited into it, but otherwise this will be a standalone thing here. Hopefully the shaking, the rocking and rolling of the camera didn't bother you guys too much, but we're on the road, man, and that's the bouncing and everything that's been going on and going over the bridges here and through New York City right now. That's just the nature of it. But thanks for watching, and we'll be talking to you real soon.